Hello guys, in the last lecture we covered Human Development Index, that is one of the indices of subjective component which measures the quality of life. And that is we covered this HDI part. Rest of the indices we have not discussed, that is PQLI, HPI, Gender Empowerment Measure and GDI. In today's lecture we'll be discussing all these. Let's start with the first one. The first one is PQLI. What is PQLI? PQLI refers to Physical Quality of Life Index. This PQLI is measured by three important components. Now, what are these three components? It includes, if you guys need a mnemonic to remember the components, you can see that it ends with Li, and if you see it in reverse order, it is L. So, three components include the infant mortality rate, the first one. The second is L, that is life expectancy at age 1. We've seen in HDI that there was the same criteria in HDI also, but it was not at age 1, it was life expectancy at age 0. Here it is life expectancy at age 1. To remember, it is LI, L1. So it is life expectancy at age 1 in PQLI. The third component of it is literacy. So PQLI includes three components, that is infant mortality rate, life expectancy at age 1, and the literacy. So you need to remember L. Now each of these components is measured on the scale from 0 to 100, where 0 stands for the worst performance of the country and 100 stands to the best performance of the country. Now, PQLI is basically the average of three components, these three components. This PQLI, if we can see that in Human Development Index, there was GNP as one of the component, but in PQLI, there is no income in these amongst these three. So, income is not included in PQLI. This indicates that income is not the sole criteria which is responsible for improving the quality of life of the country. So it is not the sole criteria. Other criteria are also responsible for improving the quality of life of country. Now let's take some examples. For example, oil-rich countries. These countries have very high GNP, but their PQLI may not be very high. So though GNP is high, but the PQLI may not be very high. Similarly, if we talk about some states in India, that is Kerala and Sri Lanka, these are the states which have low per capita income, but they have high PQLI. So PQLI doesn't depend upon income. Now let's move towards a next index, that is GDI, just Gender Development Index. This GDI basically is a modification of HDI only, and it includes the three components. And what are these three components? The three components are life expectancy at birth, which was included in HDI, life expectancy at birth for males and females. The second component is adult literacy rate for males and females separately. And the third is income for males and females separately. So this is GDI. The next important index is GEM, that is Gender Empowerment Measure. This gender empowerment measure has three components, and these includes the political participation and decision making. What is it? It includes that how many males and females are participating in, or you can say how many male and female seats are there in parliament. Second indicator which shows the male and female seats as a senior official, a professional, or any other technical seat. That is, it indicates the economic participation of male and female. And the third important component is power over economic sources. This is the third component of GEM, which indicates male and female estimated earned income. So in entrance exam, many a times a question is asked about these indicators, that which of the following is not an indicator of GDI, or which of the following is not an indicator of GEM. Similarly for PQLI, which of the following are the indicators and not the indicators. So you need to remember all these indicators by heart. So we have covered HDI, PQLI, GDI, GEM. Now we are left with one last indice, that is HPI, which stands for Human Poverty Index. This HPI is complementary to HDI. It is basically, we discussed in HDI that we discussed in previous lecture on HDI that UNDP publishes a report regarding human development indices, and that report also contains some of the part of this HPI indices also. So UNDP Human Development Report also includes HPI. Now we'll see the components of Human Poverty Index. There are three main components which are included in Human Poverty Index. This is long and healthy life. The second component is knowledge. And third is decent standard of living. Long and healthy life, knowledge, and decent standard of living. HPI is divided into two parts. It is of two types basically, HPI 1 and HPI 2. This HPI 1 is used for, HPI 1 is calculated for developing countries, and this HPI 2 is calculated for developed countries. Now, for developing countries, this HPI includes the three components from if we talk about long and healthy life, this HPI 1 includes probability at birth of not surviving to age 40, and for developed countries it is probability of not surviving to age 60. This second component, which talks about knowledge, here knowledge is assessed using adult literacy rate, and here knowledge is assessed using percentage of adults lacking literacy. Adults of 16 to 65 years of age lacking literacy. The third component is decent standard of living. In HPI 1, decent standard of living is measured by two indicators, that is percentage of population not using improved water source, and the other indicator is percentage of people living below poverty line. So these two components are measuring standard of living in developing countries, and if we talk about developed countries, this decent standard of living is measured by the number of people, percentage of population below poverty line. This HPI 2 in developed countries has one extra indicator. In spite of these three indicators, there is one more extra indicator, and that is social exclusion. Now what is this social exclusion? This refers to rate of long-term unemployment. Unemployment is also an indicator used in HPI 2 to measure the standard of living, or you can say social exclusion, rate of long-term unemployment. That is, what is long-term unemployment? It is if a person is unemployed for more than equal to 12 months. So these are the 4 indicators for HPI2 and these are the 3 indicators for HPI1. Now this probability at birth of not surviving at age 40 is taken as P1. Adult literacy rate is taken as P2, and the average of percentage of population not using improved water source and percentage of people living below poverty line is taken as average of these is taken as P3. Similarly, if we talk about when we'll be calculating HPI for developed countries, this is taken as P1, that is probability of not surviving to age 60 is P1. Then percentage of adult who are lacking literacy, that is P2, and the percentage of people below poverty line is P3, and socially excluded people are P4. Now we'll see how we'll calculate HPI. Now for developing countries, HPI1 will be equal to 1 by 3, that is average of P1 plus P2, P1 raised to power alpha plus P2 raised to power alpha plus P3 raised to the power alpha. Overall, it's raised to power 1 by alpha, where alpha equals to 3. This is the formula for calculating HPI1, where P1 is probability of not surviving to age 40. P2 is adult literacy rate, and P3 is the average of percentage of people living below poverty line and percentage of people not using improved water source that we have discussed. So this is the formula for HPI1. Then HPI2, we know that for HPI2 we have 4 indicators, 1 extra indicator, that is social exclusion is there. So for the formula of HPI2 we have 1 by 4 of P1 raised to power alpha plus P2 raised to the power alpha plus P3 raised to the power alpha plus P4 raised to power alpha raised to the power 1 by alpha, where alpha equals 3. So this formula is used for calculating HPI2 and this for HPI1. The questions on HPI in entrance exam usually comes on the fact that HPI1 includes these 3 indicators and HPI2 includes 4 indicators. Social exclusion is the extra indicator in HPI2. Now in this lecture, let's conclude all the important questions or important MCQs which are asked in entrance exam. Now let's quickly revise all those questions starting from the very first lecture. In the first lecture, we have seen the definition, starting with the concept of health and well-being. The first important question which comes is usually on that standard of living is basically a part of objective component of well-being, and level of living is a part of objective component. Quality of life is a part of subjective component. The next question which comes on, I already told you that standard of living has following components. You need to remember all of them. Then per capita GNP is used to measure standard of living. Then you need to know that these all indicators are basically used to find out the quality of life of a country. So quality of life indicators, quality of life indices includes all of them. Then we discussed about HDI, and various important questions in HDI includes that India ranks 131 amongst 188 countries as per HDI, and the lowest rank is of Niger. Value of HDI ranges between 0 and 1, and HDI value for India is 0.624 and it lies in medium HDI. Then the question also comes on the 3 dimensions of HDI, that is health, education and living standards. You need to remember the dimensions because usually people get confused with the dimensions, and what are the dimensions for HDI, what are the components for PQLI, what are the components for HPI. So you need to remember all of them. Next important question which comes on PQLI is again the important components. Which of the following, the question usually comes, which of the following is not a component of PQLI, and they'll mention it life expectancy at age 0 or life expectancy at age 1. So don't get confused. For PQLI, the component is life expectancy at age 1. and life expectancy at age 0 is a component of HDI. Usually you make mistake, you tend to forget, and I told you to remember it. It is LI, or you can say L1. That is life expectancy at age 1 is a component of PQLI. Next important question which comes is on the scale of 0 to 100. That PQLI is measured on scale of 0 to 100. Here in contrast we can say that 0 to 1 is the scale for HDI. PQLI it is 0 to 100 and HDI it is 0 to 1. Next important question is on GNP. That is, GNP is a component of HDI. It's not the component of PQLI. You need to remember that. This concludes all the important questions of this well-being part, the concept of well-being. I guess this part is clear to all of you. For any queries, you guys can post the query as a comment, or you can post your queries, mail your queries to me at shiba137@gmail.com. Thank you.